Thanks to you, that all is behind me. Sir Caius and I will go to Etheria side by side, as of old. The gods are truly merciful.
Indeed they are. He sounds really evil. Your sword has been cleansed.
I took the sword down with me into evil. You have redeemed us both. The gods smile on such deeds, noble knight.
It wasn't a deed, it was a honor.
The Knights of the Nine stand together once again. I would not have thought it possible. We owe you a great debt.
You don't, Sir Beric. I owe you all.
Walk with the Nine, Sir Knight.
Indeed I will. I'm sure they are gonna be by my side. Sir Caius.
I am at your service, Commander.
Sir Beric has reunited with the knights.
You put right the evil that I began through my own weakness. Sir Beric is once again part of our fellowship, and shall be forevermore. Go with virtue.
Thank you, Sir Caius. And now, let's don this armor. Time has come. We're not gonna use the mace, of course we're gonna use the sword that we have already. Oh. Grakash feels sure this time. She's ready. This is it then. We've done the armor of the Crusader, and of course later we are gonna wear the helm as well. And we are going to use the sword. Goodbye, Sir Amiel. I hope I'll come back. I hope we all come back, all the knights. Yeah, right now it would be pretty epic if there were all the knights, the live ones as well, around here to hail Grakash. Oh well. There is one thing we need to do though. There we go, Sir Roderic's sword. We brought it back. I mean, Layton would have brought it back, right? That would be better. Of course, Sir Roderick is gonna have his resting place, his proper resting place soon, when his body is going to be recovered. And the funeral is gonna be held. Or, well, considering the urgency of the main mission that we are leaving for tomorrow morning, he will be buried without a function, and we will do a function later. He was not a knight of the Nine yet, but he surely would have been, and he will be buried here. Alright, the knights have all dined together. Just imagine that happening. They've celebrated a little, because they could all be dead tomorrow, and then everybody went to bed. But Avita has given Grakash a bunch of letters. Now Grakash should go to sleep. It's not really that late, but she can't really. She's really a little bit agitated, which is fine and perfectly normal. These are all the letters that arrived while she was absent, and there is some official correspondence from all the main counties in Cyrodiil. Correspondence from the counts. There is even one from Count Skingrad requesting, of course, an official meeting to discuss very important things like the building of a road and the recognition of Grakash's order, of the Knights of the Nine, of course, that they exist, that they have been reinstated, that they are active, up and running, and that there will probably be taxes and other things. And Grakash, you know that Grakash doesn't really like the idea of Count Skingrad and what he is, and she's trying to make peace with the fact that the Count will probably ask her for some sort of protection, of course. Count Skingrad, a vampire, will be asking a holy order to protect him, and Grakash will probably, Grakash will have to say yes, because she's still a guild member, and because that's what's convenient to do, because none of the knights knows about Count Skingrad. Right? Right, Grakash? You don't really like this much. And then there are gonna be meetings with all the other counts and countesses that want to establish a connection, of course. That's pretty normal. Avita seems to be better than Grakash at this kind of public relations thing, so I suppose she will be the second in command, and hopefully she doesn't die and she will help Grakash through the whole diplomacy process. Then there was a letter from the Order of the Hours that of course understands what Grakash has done. They understood the urgency, and they are very proud of her, and they want to be in good relations with her order as well, with the Knights of the Nine. So there is more diplomacy to build there, because there is a little bit of a conflict of interests, isn't there? But it will be sorted, because Grakash is part of the Order of the Hours as well, luckily. She doesn't really want to compete. And then there were a lot of private letters, specifically directed to Grakash. We have a note for the commander. Hey Gra, where are you, busy girl? Your new place is very close, but you never visit. I came down to the Priory with Graklak, but you weren't here. You guys found yourselves one hell of a good smith, and the armor is amazing. Yeah, the armor Grakash is wearing now. Just letting you know we passed by, Agnete. Yeah, of course, Agnete is very close, and Grakash has not really seen her as of late, but it's understandable. And Graklak came here. They must have talked to the knights, and, well, Agnete must have found her way to the smith, and then to the armor. Somebody must have shown it to her, because she was a good friend of Grakash, alright. And then we have letters. Probably one is from Dharma, pretty sure. Grakash, my friend, I'm hearing all about you from everywhere and everyone around me. Tikius and Karail even sent very flattering letters to the Archmage. Oh, this is Elise. If I weren't in such a state of distress, I would come to your priory right about now to see the amazing relics of the Crusader and to celebrate you properly. I've heard about the dreadful attack at the chapel in Leyawiin, and no doubt you'll be hearing soon about the awful happening in Bruma. So yeah, this letter came a while ago, because the attack on Bruma happened while Grakash and Layton were traveling to Underpaw. So, some time ago, Jeanne and the staff were attacked by necromancers in the middle of the night, and they're all dead, with the exception of Jaskar, who's safe and sound here at the university, thank the Nine. It's open war now, same between your order and Dumaril, I suppose. Well, Grakash is already at the final battle. Tomorrow, probably. I cannot believe any of it. Neither does Grakash. Oh, Grakash feels so bad because she feels like she has neglected all of these people. She could have found a moment or two to send them letters, but I guess it was beyond herself. I guess, well, she did everything in sort of a rush, didn't she? Of course, we have the situation under control. Now, she means at the Mages Guild, and we're hoping for the best. If you know what happens in the Mages Guild quest, no, they don't have the situation exactly under control. Unfortunately, there is dissent on how to deal with the situation, in fact. What a terrible and unexpected tragedy. And then another terrible news. Myron has disappeared. Well, Grakash didn't hear about that. Just like that, into thin air. He does travel a lot on university business, but he was due here with the emergency and everything going on. He's nowhere to be found, not even in Bravil. Oh, good grief. Kudai and Ardalin must be heartbroken. He is now officially a missing person. Best of luck, Grakash. Please answer me. Let's stay in contact even if we are fighting separate battles. Maybe we can assist each other in some way. I hope Tikiu's delivery reaches her fast. Raminus and Traven send their regards, Elise, of course. Because Raminus and Traven, if they are gonna deal with the Knights of the Nine, they are gonna deal with Grakash, because she's equiparable to Traven. What if the situation has degenerated for them as well? By the time Grakash answers to this letter, because this letter is old, and Grakash was so busy with her mission that she couldn't keep up to date with the events of the rest of the world, unless she heard there was something going on. And the courier is still not coming to the Priory, really. I think the Count himself directed these letters to the Priory. Well, I guess Count Skingrad was nice enough. That's a point in his favor, right, Grakash? To the attention of Commander Grakash, my dear girl, I'm so happy about all the things I'm hearing about you, and I'm very proud. Who are you? You deserve no less, and you will prevail, I'm sure. The Nine have blessed you infinitely. These letters come from Bravil. This is Kudai. Must be Kudai. I know you are probably very busy at the moment, but you must have heard about my son Myron going missing. I didn't, but I know now. Please, I beg you to keep your eyes open for him and an ear to rumors that might mention him. I heard nothing. Otherwise, Grakash would have written to Kudai first to offer some comfort, so that you can rely on irrelevant information to me. Well, I will from now on. I'm asking this as a kindness. You know him, right? You must have seen him at the university very many times. Grakash did. Grakash has. She doesn't really like him that much, but that's not reason enough to be antagonistic towards him. I have prepared some posters for you to keep at the Priory. And if it isn't too much trouble, please deliver some of to the main shops in Skingrad, of course. We could give them to one of the knights and tell him or her to stop in Skingrad, because Grakash really needs to go towards Anvil. Wishing you the best and confiding in your help, Kudai, head of the Bravil Mages Guild, of course. This letter is somewhat formal, which is very Kudai-ish. No word from Ardalin, which is concerning. Then again, Ardalin is not Grakash's friend. Sister, oh, this is Mazoga. Have you heard what happened to the Bruma Mages Guild? Oh, I heard late, but I've heard. Burned down to ashes! Sidrasa told me all about it. What a thing! I hope everything is going well for you and the knights. I hear good things only. Don't let anybody set the Priory on fire. Oh, good lord. I hope not. Well, it hasn't happened yet. And if everything goes all right, by tomorrow it will be ended. Tomorrow or the day after. Either my order is ended or Umaril is ended. I have yet to see it. Of course, Mazoga. Indeed. She will see it. Grakash feels like Mazoga will see the Priory one day. My dearest friend, this is Dharma. I hope you are safe and sound. Here in Coral we all heard about the chapel attack in Layawin and were really worried. Mother had nightmares where she dreamt of you being in peril. Oh God. And Tychius, well, father, she never calls him father, was always trying to find out information about you. It is thanks to him that we always seem to know your whereabouts. And what about Bruma? Have you heard about the Mages Guild there? I am worried. I won't hide it, not only for you, but for every chapel that could be attacked. What about the Abbey here in Corel? It must be guarded more closely, don't you think? And now with the Guild, what if Necromancer set fire to the Guild in Corel and kill Father? Finally, she wrote Father. Yeah, Dharma already relayed all these worries to Grakash in person when they saw each other. I thought the Oblivion Crisis was the worst thing ever, but it looks like the worst is yet to come. I'm sorry, I must sound so not like myself, I'm well aware. On a lighter note, have you heard that the Count of Anvil has reappeared? Oh, Dharma forgot to tell Grakash this. Well, it's not like it is the most urgent news, but yeah, I didn't hear about it. The actual husband of the Countess, it is good news, but odd and romantic? Well, we are going to Anvil, and Anvil now has a count and a countess again. Please write back a couple of lines. A couple of lines are sufficient. We always keep you in our thoughts here in Corel. Your friend always, Dharma. You know what? We are going to answer to some of these letters tonight, because Grakash, I don't think she will be able to sleep much, and she will probably get tired by the time she's written all of the answers. People need to know that we are going for a final battle, at least the people that are closest to Grakash: Dharma, Mazoga, Elise, Agnete, Karahil. They need to know. Morning, morning. Grakash managed to go to bed very relaxed, because after she wrote all the letters, she felt like her heart was at ease. She sort of said goodbye, because she might not come back. Yeah, now imagine all the knights having breakfast together, waiting for her, and then we are all going to depart. It's so sad that I have to do this like this, but I didn't really want to mess up with NPCs that are related to my main quest, because I do want to finish this. I don't want any accidents. Chocolate cake. And we have some food for the road. It's so sad. Yes, it is. It would have been nice if I could have ordered the knights around, but that would have been a lot of work for me to do. Why is Layton's horse here? He grabbed it when he left for Anvil. So we are going towards Anvil indeed, and we are leaving the horse at the stables, and then we'll proceed along the coastline, because the place we need to go to is here. So we will be doing this road, because all the knights, or some of the knights at least, probably, right, need to put their horses at the stables. I don't know what happened with Layton's horse, but yeah, this DLC was not made for my role-playing. I hope this is clear. Ah, Grakash, do you remember this place where you had an amazing time with Agneta and Graklak? Because you passed that recommendation. Oh, ages ago. When you thought a recommendation was a big deal. Look what you're doing now. Ah, we're at Brina Cross. Ah. You don't know how many crashes it got me to get here. There is the haze again. Really weird.
Well met, Guildmate.
Well met, Battle Mage. We are going directly down to Anvil. Of course.
Hello there.
Hello there. You gotta appreciate how everything is going on as normal, as if nothing is about to happen in Anvil. Though I think Grakash informed the authorities about what would happen. The final battle between the knights and Umaril, that is.
You look like a bright one.
Yeah, I'm very bright, brightened by the light of the divines. Alright then, let's leave our horse. And,
Well met.
Well met. I'm gonna leave the horse here. Why is this? Why? Why? Well, it's lunchtime. Look at this haze, look at it. It's lunchtime, we are going to go to eat at the Count's Arms. I believe that's the name. And the Grakash and all the knights will be staying there as well, the night. And they will leave for the Aelid Ruin tomorrow morning early, after having eaten a bit and rested properly. But tonight, Grakash will of course go to see the people at the guild. Tonight, or as soon as after lunch.
Oh, it's you.
Bye.
It's me, yeah. So you will have to imagine Grakash being here with all her knights and staying at this inn all together and having lunch all together, and probably imagine the people in...
Greetings, Orc.
Greetings! The people in Anvil hailing them, you know? Hello!
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me. Ah,
Afternoon.
The Divine Crusader has returned, they say. None too soon, if you ask me. Good
I
afternoon.
had no idea.
Any news? Sure. Rufrius
Good day.
Venetius is good with his fists.
seriously?
In action.
I've been
Goodbye.
reading.
Thank you,
Fundamentals
Wilbur.
Anatomy.
We are
Sure,
going
I
to
Figure
sit
it out.
around, of
Sure.
Learn
course.
something new.
Good day.
I believe I
There's
read
plenty of
some time
space.
ago. I'll
Hello.
have to give it another read.
Hello, Velwyn.
Bye. I don't know what I would have done without your help.
Everybody is talking about us in town. Let's pretend. We must go see Carahil soon enough. Alright, so the knights are inside resting, and Grakash is going to the guild to pay her respects to Carahil. She will be sleeping at the Count's Arms with her knights, not at the guild. Ah, Carahil! My god, I'm so out of myself! Now Grakash is losing control because she's amongst friends, very close friends, almost family. She always puts up an appearance when she's with her knights and other people, but with Karahil.
Hello, Evoker.
Hello. So, the people in the guild have something for Grakash. They have put together a bunch of items that Grakash could use in her next, hopefully not last battle. Felin gave her some very powerful poison and a potion of disbelief, always useful because Grakash will be fighting a very powerful mage. Grakash is not the most powerful of the mages, we know that. All the guilds, by the time the attack in Armville took place, are now stocked with some specialty items that they give especially to the guards. Items that are helpful against the Auroran, because after the first investigations, the people at the guild were able to figure out how the priestesses died, that it was mostly caused by shock magic, that there was sorcery involved. They didn't know what specifically it was, but they started distributing items in all the cities that could help against magical attacks of a certain kind. And here are some of those items. Unfortunately, the attacks are very sudden because the Daedras seem to, appear from thin air, so there is never really much time to act. But some people have been buying these items, carrying them with themselves just in case. Then we have a shield that's 50% one use scroll. This is probably the Aegis, is the most powerful shield you could cast. Grakash is not able to cast it. Then we have, of course, an electric shield, if we need it. I think Grakash has an alteration spell that is similar. But, I mean, just in case if we get silenced, and then we have a hush that is another silence. We have a poison of silence and a scroll of silence. This is for 10 seconds and this is for 30. This is very powerful. But, I mean, remember that Felin was studying poison. Back when Grakash was here in the guild. He was having the time of his life, and Grakash was not at all happy about his inclination, but now she's happy because he's the one making these kind of poisons. And then we have to charge the soul gems. Grakash has her own, but of course all of this stuff is very welcome. Thank you, Karahil. Thank you, everybody. So let's stay here with them for a while and chat it up and probably stay for dinner. And then go to sleep back at the inn with the knights.